I haven't been on this channel in weeks because I've been doing other things. I've been busy. I haven't been on this channel in a while, so I'm gonna make it up to you guys. I'm gonna make a bunch of SpongeBob videos. I'm gonna make a bunch of videos on this channel. I think actually the last time I was on this channel was November 19th. That's a pretty long time. But that's not gonna fucking happen again, okay? Fuck channels sometimes. Just fuck people sometimes. Just fuck them. I'm gonna make it up by making videos like SpongeBob every week. Every fucking week. Not next Monday. Maybe fucking Wednesday. Because I'm the best in the world. I could do whatever I fucking want in this channel. And that's what I fucking decided. So let's talk about what I was going to talk about. Today we're going to talk about another SpongeBob episode. This is probably the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, the 15th episode of SpongeBob. 15 episodes. This is like its grand finale, pretty much. Sort of. So, this episode happened on August 28th, 1999. Now, this episode is called Jellyfish Jam. It wasn't a bad episode. Like, it was a good episode to sit through. It entertained me, but I wouldn't put it as my favorite episode. It's probably a close to maybe my third favorite. So what happened in this episode is the narrator's at Jellyfish Feuds, and he talks about how SpongeBob usually likes to come here for Jellyfish and all that good stuff. Then what ends up happening is he can't find SpongeBob because he's like in disguise as a rock, so the narrator finds him. A jellyfish flies by. SpongeBob puts on his glasses, says safety first. Then he catches the jellyfish. I guess jellies it like you milk a cow. He jellies the jellyfish onto bread, and then he eats the toast that's on the bread with the jam on the bread. That's fine. Then what ends up happening is he says goodbye to the jellyfish, but the jellyfish doesn't know when it wants to come with him. Well, actually, first he gives him his glasses, and he tried everything he could. He did everything he could to come home with SpongeBob because he wanted to go home with SpongeBob because he thinks SpongeBob would have taken care of him. This wouldn't really happen in real life, by the way. But he did everything he can. He tried to walk behind SpongeBob so he couldn't hear him. SpongeBob even did whatever he could to get him to stay too. He even slingshotted him, but he was on SpongeBob's back. But eventually SpongeBob gives in, and then when he has him on like a little leash, and he tells Squidward that look at his new pet. Squidward says that it's not a pet, that's a wild animal. So SpongeBob tries to prove to him that it's not just a pet, it's a wild animal, and he does it by doing stuff that pets usually do. Fetch sticks. I don't really remember, but the one I remember the most is when he told him to play dead. He actually dug a grave and played dead. That was actually pretty cool. I hope no one thinks that's actually someone that's dead, though. And Squidward actually ends up saying, I wouldn't let that thing in my house even if it was potty trained. And then, he has like a toilet out there, and he's going to the bathroom. Squidward's like, I didn't need to see that. So I thought that was pretty funny. So SpongeBob says that they're gonna go to his house to have some fun. And Squidward asks SpongeBob, how can you possibly have fun with the jellyfish? Anything can happen in SpongeBob world. SpongeBob always knows how to have fun. And that's exactly what he did. He had fun. Let me tell you something he did. What he did was they had fun. They danced. There was like these radio, and the lights were like green. They would change colors. You could probably find this dance on YouTube. You could look up Jellyfish Jam, SpongeBob and Jellyfish dance. I'm not really gonna go too in depth on what happened though. So then eventually they have to start. Squidward even says that SpongeBob's the only guy I know that can have fun with the jellyfish for 12 hours. 12 hours, that's a long time. Then SpongeBob at least realized that it was time to go to bed. It was time to go to bed, but the jellyfish wouldn't go to bed. He kept turning on the music. So then eventually SpongeBob just puts him on his leash, takes him back, ties him to his bed. But Gary realizes that he is not going to be fine. But SpongeBob of course doesn't listen to him. Then he goes to sleep. Then some jellyfish come. The jellyfish gets out of his leash, lets him in. Gary gets mad, goes meow. Then he says that. Then they throw jelly on Gary. How disrespectful, though. You don't throw jelly at Gary. Then the next day SpongeBob wakes up. And he's trying to find the jellyfish, but he can't seem to find it. So then he puts on his robe, and then he goes downstairs. But then he gets caught in one of the, because there's like a spread of jelly, and he gets put into like a bubble of jelly. And then he falls, and then he opens the door, and there's like a bunch of jellyfish at his house. A bunch of jellyfish, like they were like probably the whole field was there, and they were having the time of their lives. So SpongeBob tries to turn the music off. And by the way, Gary is still covered in a bunch of jelly. He is covered in probably all over the place. But SpongeBob keeps trying to turn the music off. They actually form a hand and make SpongeBob like a disco ball. They made SpongeBob walk upstairs. They did whatever they could to keep that music on because they know it without that music. But then Squidward gets pissed and says that he's been playing with the jellyfish, play with it for 18 hours. Calls him up. A jellyfish answered, and says that he pretty much just gets angry at him for this, and I would be angry too. Then eventually Squidward, the jellyfish just puts jelly on Squidward, and then he's like, "To the play at this." So then he starts playing his clarinet. They hear it, so then they send SpongeBob to tell Squidward to stop. Well, actually, he asked him to play better. So then he's like, "Yeah, I can play better." Then he blows it into a microphone with the stereo, and he like turns his house around. So then he said that's not better, and then the jellyfish are just mad. They're breaking SpongeBob's house, everything in there. Then they go into Squidward's house. Squidward's like, "Hey, wait, I can turn it down. Just let me turn it down." Then all the jellyfish sting him. Then they come back. Then Squidward's like, "Everybody's a critic. Won't be hearing from me." So then he gives up his music and gives it to SpongeBob. So then SpongeBob's like, "That was not nice." So then they break the clarinet and let it like a campfire with it and dance around it. Then SpongeBob gets pissed off and says, "Okay, that's it, everybody out." So then he tries to take the radio out, I guess to lure them back to the jellyfish fields. But then the radio breaks after a tug of war. So then the jellyfish get pissed and start stinging SpongeBob. Then SpongeBob comes out, and SpongeBob and Gary go onto the roof of the house. Then Squidward, the jellyfish come out, and they like clubbering around them. And SpongeBob admits to Gary that he was right, and thanks him for not rubbing it in. Then eventually, SpongeBob then Gary, like, with his eyes, making, like, music with them, like light bulbs. Then, SpongeBob stops him, checks it out, and then, SpongeBob, it's like a rain, though. SpongeBob's like, "Gary, don't stop. Don't stop." They start traveling, and then you could probably find this on YouTube as well. There's like there's like music playing. SpongeBob likes the conductor. He points, and anything he points to plays. There was clams singing, a chest opening up and releasing bubbles, I think eventually had like the algae or grass, whatever they call it, from Jellyfish Fields playing. Um, the sea dolphins will come out and and do the dolphin call. Then the jellyfish would go down on each other like a guitar, like the strums of a guitar, and they would travel together. And then eventually the jellyfish leave, and then SpongeBob leaves with them, and the narrator says that SpongeBob learned a very important lesson today, that wild animals enjoy really wild parties. So that was actually a good line. Then Squidward in his bathtub. It ends with Squidward in his bathtub, I guess, taking a bath with all the skins on him. You can see they really stun him pretty good. That was uncalled for, but not a bad episode. I actually did like this episode. It probably is one of my top 3 right now. My favorites are probably my favorite's pizza delivery, and my least favorite, the one I hate the most, that's just complete shit, is leaf blower. Then that's about it. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Like the videos, comment on the videos, add them to your favorites. Add me as a friend on Facebook so I can invite you to like Own the Talkinator on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe to Wrestling Fortune 44. Like those videos, add them to your favorites, comment on the videos, and you can also like Wrestling Fortune 44 on Facebook when I invite you to like it. Then you can subscribe to CM Brothers. Whoa. Oh, I wonder if you just saw my cat. My cat just tried to leap up and failed, huh? This isn't this noise that Gary makes. But anyways, you can also subscribe to CM Brothers, like the videos, favorite the videos, comment on the videos. You can also add Adam as a friend on Facebook, and me and him will invite you to like CM Brothers on Facebook. That's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to take off now, and the next time you see me, I'll be watching another SpongeBob episode.